Katerin with VIVE Katerin. I'm here this morning at Justin's Barbershop with owner Justin D'Esposito. So Justin, congratulations on your new location here at Colts Neck, New Jersey.
Thank you.
How long have you been open for?
3 months.
And how is that, compared to the other locations that you have? You have a total of 4 locations.
We're actually doing really well here for a new shop.
Tell me how you got started. You were a kid and working out of your garage. How old were you?
I was 13 years old when I started.
13? And what motivated you to get started?
My friend had moved from Brooklyn, I moved from Staten Island, and he didn't know how to, we couldn't get a good haircut, so he went to the mall. This is probably 1992 when fades just started to come into play. He asked me if he came to my house and he goes, could you fix this haircut? I just got from the mall. So I told him, I was like, all right, let me see what I could do. And I picked up the clipper and I had an adjustable one and I started doing it, and that's how I kind of like picked it up. While
you were cutting several people's hair, as a kid, what really got you motivated to do it in volume, to see more customers?
Really what motivated me was, a way to get through high school, making a few extra dollars to, get lunch and buy new sneakers and stuff like that. That's really what got me into the whole thing. I saw that I could make money doing it.
Justin, you went from your garage to a barbershop experience. What was that like?
That was a pretty scary experience. I was in school and in hair school, and a friend of mine told me that there was an opening position in a barbershop actually out in Lakewood. So I headed down there to the shop, and all the owner said to me was, could you cut hair? And I said, yeah, I guess so. I guess I'm pretty good. He goes, well, if you can't cut hair, then you're not going to be working here. So I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. And all of a sudden I was on the floor cutting people's hair.
And then you transitioned into a regular barbershop.
Yep.
Tell me about that barbershop that you transitioned yourself into.
Well, initially what happened was I was working for another gentleman for about 5 years, and I didn't have my license at the time, so I ended up getting fired. I know it's not the greatest thing, and that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna open my own shop, and I found the location from one of my other clients at the time. The economy was booming, so it was very hard to get into any location, and he actually gave me a call that day, and it was like, there was a bakery that went out of business. Would you like to take it over? Put the barbershop in. And I went down there that day, and I didn't really have much, so I was a young kid. I was maybe like 23, 24 years old. And my friend at the time was doing well, and he was like, listen, we'll take my car. He had an S500 Mercedes. He was like, so we could look like you got money, so you can maybe get the place. So we drove down there and went in and met with a gentleman at a real estate broker, and that was it. It's all she wrote, and I've had the place for about 7 years now.
You went from the barbershop to owning your own business, and how was that for you?
That was a crazy experience because I thought that it was going to be a lot easier than it was. When I first initially opened it, I thought people were going to be rolling in, money was going to be rolling in, and there was going to be no issues. I didn't realize that you got to deal with everybody's personalities and different things that happen. So that was definitely a mind-blowing experience to go from working for somebody to having, at the time, maybe 3, 4 employees, and it was also hard to get employees at the time because nobody really knew my name back then.
So you went from 4 employees to how many today?
There's probably about like 25 employees under us right now.
And what do you do as far as keeping them motivated and keeping that relationship very strong with your clients and the actual barbers at your shops? What type of leadership do you provide to your employees?
I'm actually, it's kind of funny, but more like a big brother to most of my employees. I had a lot of private talks with them and helped them out, through getting through a lot of problems, and that's pretty much how I run it. I am strictly business when I have to be, but I also have a heart, and I like to see if there's other ways where I can help any of my employees, whether they need a ride to work or they're having a problem at home or anything. I've worked through a lot of problems with my employees.
Tell me about your concept. It's modern style with an old school feel.
The reason I came up with that slogan was because the styles we obviously do are modern. We keep up with all the up-to-date styles, but when you come in, you can maybe feel like you're coming into a 1950s, 1960s barbershop, just because the atmosphere when you come in, the socializing, everything that goes along with it. We do the hot shaves, the hot towel. A lot of people don't do that anymore, don't offer that. So that's the reason why I came up with that slogan.
As far as your barbershops being community hubs, tell me, other than a haircut, why I would come in and get a haircut at Justin's Barbershop.
Well, it's definitely, obviously, like you said, a good haircut. You're definitely going to get a lot of socializing going on about things in the neighborhood, gossip, all types of stuff like that. It's just pretty much like a gentleman's club. That's pretty much what we do here. I mean, we got the pool table. Some other locations have arcade games, and that's pretty much, you know, what it's all about. Just getting away from the family life for a few minutes and clearing your mind and coming in and getting a nice haircut and being able to tell your problems to the barber, almost like a bartender does.
How can I get my hair cut with you?
As long as you call up a week before, my receptionist will have my hours set, and all you have to do is just call, you know, a week in advance, and they'll definitely pencil you in the book. We don't turn down any business.
What's next for Justin's Barbershop? What's next for Justin?
For Justin's Barbershop and Justin's Barbershop as a whole, we're looking to expand, and which is going to be a lot of opportunities for the people that have worked for me now to maybe become managers of different shops and learn the whole management end of it. For Justin himself, I'm planning on maybe franchising out Justin's Barbershop eventually, because we're the type of business that the type of barbershop that pretty much went away. You don't see too much. Most of the franchises now, a lot of the people, you know, have trouble doing the styles that we do. So we actually got our own niche, and we can do every haircut from a regular haircut, flat top, to a fade, taper, all the new styles.
Justin, tell me about your brother Timothy and his involvement with Justin's Barbershop.
Without my brother Tim, I would probably be sitting in Jackson, New Jersey right now, in my first shop. My brother Tim is the mastermind of the whole operation as far as like franchising and doing things like that and expansion. Every time he would come to me and say, do you want to open a new location, I would always say to him that I would say pretty much, I'm not sure, you know, how am I going to make money doing this, I'm going to lose money, blah, blah, blah. And my brother Tim would always say, well, are we doing it or are we not doing it? Because I got to make a decision. And at that point I would say, okay Tim, do it. He also is great in the back end. He takes care of my payroll, takes care of all the mathematical stuff that I'm not good with. I'm more of a creative person. I would actually go crazy if I had to sit in a room and punch stuff on a computer.
So Timothy, tell me, you are the mastermind behind Justin's Barbershop. How does that feel to see your brother, you know, now with 4 locations, and you've been such a big part of that? Tell me, how does that feel?
It just feels amazing to be able to watch my brother progress through the stages of, you know, cutting in his house, and then moving forward, getting his own shop, and being able to help him expand. And he's just taken the ball and ran with it. And luckily, you know, he had the opportunity to grow, and we put just a lot of work into it over the years.
And how does it feel to work with your brother day to day?
It has its ups and downs. You know, for the most part, it's good because we can get through anything. But sometimes, you know, just you want to kind of step away from the business and just have like a normal family dinner, and it's hard to hold back some of the, you know, maybe something happened in the shop and you want to ask questions and you don't want to bring that into the home environment. So it has its, you know, its pros and cons. The good point is that we're always there as a family. We have great support from our parents. Without them, we wouldn't probably even have our first shop, you know, his first shop.
Justin, tell me about the way you give back to the communities that you're located in.
I constantly do fundraisers. We give out free haircuts for every fundraiser that comes in. Actually, a couple of years back, we did a cut-a-thon for a little baby named Lucy who had cancer, which was a great experience for me and my barbers to be able to. That was really giving back to the community, to try to help this family with the medical bills. And I think we raised a couple $1,000s. I believe if you give, you get back in return.